Mark continues, and when Jesus was passed over again by ship to the other side, many people gathered to him. Luke, and it came to pass that when Jesus was returned, people gladly received him. Matthew, and passed over and came into his own city. Jesus was passed over again by ship to the other side. That is the most descriptive, so I'll say that. And when Jesus was passed over. And passed over. So, and when Jesus was passed over from both. And it came to pass that when Jesus was returned. Matthew and Mark say passed over, and then Luke says it came to pass. That's annoying, because I would want to say that it came to pass then when Jesus was passed over by ship to the other side. Now, I don't know if I want to put that at all. It came to pass. Mark, when Jesus passed over by the ship, many people were gathered to him. I might have to say, it came to pass, many people were gathered to him, and passed over, and came into his own city. So I have to say, Jesus passed over. Mark, there it goes, and when Jesus was passed over. So, and from Matthew, Mark, Luke, and it came to pass that when Jesus was returned. Yeah. Alright, so and is all three. And. This is a thought I had. I could put this, it came to pass, from the beginning of the portion in Luke to after it said Jesus returned. That way it'll be more similar to Matthew and Mark. And when Jesus was passed over again by ship to the other side, it came to pass that many people gathered to him. And he entered into a ship. Wait, did I already use that? And he went up into a ship. And when he was entered, yeah. And passed over from Matthew is not used yet. So, and passed over and came to his own city. Pass. It came to pass. It so happened that when Jesus was returned, or and passed over, meaning he crossed when Jesus was passed over by ship. I think I'm going to have to put it came to pass first. Luke, and it came to pass that when Jesus was returned. Matthew, and passed over and came into his own city. Mark says, and when Jesus was passed over again by ship to the other. I'll have passed over again by ship, and then from Luke was returned. And returned into his own city. That's what I'll say. So it came to pass, Jesus passed over. I have to say that. It came to pass that when Jesus was returned. I'm not saying returned yet, but passed over. That has to come next. When Jesus was passed over by ship to the other side. Pass that and Jesus was passed over by the ship to the other side, many people gathered to him. Yeah, I'll put the that now. That now Mark. When Jesus was Matthew and Mark passed over in Matthew. Mark continues. Passed over, yeah, both. Over. That's the end of that portion in Matthew, and came into his own city. Passed over again by ship. So how he got over needs to be mentioned before where he ended up. Passed over again by ship to the other side. Luke, that when Jesus was returned. Oh, you know what? Instead of saying when Jesus was returned after this, I can use when Jesus was where it was mentioned in Mark. When Jesus was. So that can be both Mark and Luke. Matthew then has and came into his own city. Mark has many people were gathered to him. Luke says, when Jesus was returned, the people gladly received him. So I have to put that word returned. I'm going to mix that with what it says in Matthew, and came into his own city, that he returned into his own city. So from Matthew only, the word and. Now from Luke only, returned, and then back to Matthew only, into his own city. That's the end of Matthew 9:1. Matthew 9:2 goes into a totally different story. The man lowered through the roof. So I need to move into where the ruler shows up. It's still in chapter 9. It just begins at verse 18. Mark, I remember there were crowds around him, so I have to put that from Mark and Luke. Many people were gathered to him, and he was near to the sea. Luke, the people gladly received him. Many people gathered to him. I know how to do it. Many people were gathered and gladly received him. Many people gathered to him. The people. Oh, gladly is in italics. I'll still put it. Many people gathered and gladly received. Oh, I have to put an and in here. And he was near the sea. You know what? Instead of putting and he was near to the sea, I could just say many people gathered to him near to the sea. And I can use that and to put between gathered and gladly received him. So from Mark, many people from both Mark and Luke, back to Mark only, gathered. I'll save to him, and I'll go to and later on in that same verse in Mark. And then from Luke, gladly is in italics, received. And then him is both. Gladly received him, gathered to him. So him is both. Many people gathered and gladly received him. And then from Mark, near the sea. I don't have to say, and he was near to the sea. Just saying near to the sea is where they already are. So this is Mark only, near to the sea. For they were all waiting for him. Luke only, for they were all waiting for him. And it came to pass that when Jesus was passed over again by ship to the other side and returned into his own city, many people gathered and gladly received him near to the sea, for they were all waiting for him. Fits perfectly well. That's a great sentence. It flows. There's no grammatical error. It's not even awkward to read. It's got a introduction, when Jesus passed over, and then a conclusion that many people gathered. That is what happened when Jesus passed over.